Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a DbD discussion video. Every now and again, it just seems like all of the things I was saving and not going to talk about comes together to actually make something that I'm going to talk about in one video. Today we're talking about this idea, this notion of giving up in DbD and why you can't really fix it and the things around it. The reason we're actually talking about this is because this is one of the few times that I actually responded to some things on Twitter. Try my best to contain my composure and not respond to people, but here we are this morning. And for that, I won't post the thread because not everybody in it is a content creator. Admittedly, more than one is, but not going to put people out there that didn't necessarily ask to be put out there. So, there's that. But what happened is that we got this response from Peanuts, community manager for behavior, for DbD, and basically the thread on Reddit was talking about why don't they just put in something to fix how people give up. And Peanuts had a really good reply that I don't know why it's taken so long for them to say this. Now, mind you, maybe they have said this in the past and I completely missed it, but we already knew this, so it's about time that somebody finally stopped being a punk and just said it out loud. It's not so much that it's impossible to do something like this, but rather than this wouldn't fix the problem, just shift it. If someone has decided that they absolutely do not care to continue the match, there's nothing we can do to change that. No amount of penalties or preventative measures will suddenly make them want to keep playing. Even if we prevent them from trying to unhook themselves, nothing stops them from running directly to the baddie to get down and rehooked as quickly as possible, or from whipping out their phone and watching some videos as they wait to finish the match, or wait for the match to finish, excuse me. Either way, the end result is the same. You've still got a teammate who isn't doing anything, only now the other survivors might accidentally waste time saving them, and the baddie has an easy way to activate whatever hook-based perks they may be running. In reality, people letting themselves die on the hook is not the problem. It's a symptom of the problem. Expertly said. Expertly said. Fixing a symptom doesn't make that issue go away, it just resurfaces in a different way, such as going AFK, running at the killer, etc. The real problem is they don't feel the need to finish the match. That doesn't mean it's impossible, though. There are likely some creative ways to discourage abandoning a match, but it's not as simple as disabling the ability to unhook yourself. Fantastically done, and it's I don't have a problem with this. This is not the problem that is leading me to make a video today. The problem is then people's attitudes around why there is a DC timer. And that's interesting to say the problem is because it's more so my opinion versus theirs. Well, that's what a lot of this is, right? But truly, one thing I don't understand is people that then go, well, just remove the DC penalty. And why reward bad behavior? Why do that? And I'm not talking about behavior, but why reward that? You go, well, they weren't going to play it anyway, so why keep other people that don't really want to play into a game because they don't want to face a penalty? Now, I have a game that I'm going to tack on to this that I felt was a perfect example of this entire thing because I was going to just use it as gameplay, but this really goes around to the conversation, right? A lot of the times, if you're telling me that the only thing stopping some people from DCing and thus just making sure that they go out via the hook is the DC penalty, why make it so that they can, one, requeue? Why not just give it that, and I'll get into that in a second. And then two, congrats, you queued up for a game. Try to stick it out. Now, as for the, like, why let them requeue aspect of this, and, it's hard to see that. It's incredibly easy to see if people are actively, repeatedly trying to not play out the game. Which is funny because this was something I sent to myself, and first off, Killer Whale has a fantastic video that you need to check out. It's this one. It is I found out why survivors are so mad all the time. Please go watch this. I'll probably link it in the description. Hopefully I don't forget. But this is a fantastic video that goes with this. This was popping off on Reddit. 1,000 survivors were asked which baddies they do and don't enjoy playing against. The average survivor only likes playing against about 60% of the roster, 59.7 to be exact by their numbers. The chance that the average survivor will queue into a match with a baddie they like is 63%. There is an 87.3% chance, on average, that at least one survivor does not like playing against your bad guy. And then you have the individual chances down below at the chances that somebody doesn't like your baddie. Now, again, just completely anecdotal, people talk about some, well, I'll just DC against this one. As a trickster main for all these years, 99%, I don't get DCs nearly as often as this 99%. And you know how many videos I've made? So if you take from all the trickster videos I've made, you can't possibly just say that I've just been so bad nobody wanted to DC out of all of those. You know how long that playlist is on my channel? So if you go with something like this and you just base it, I was just like, well, people just don't like trickster. People like me enough, I guess, that they're willing to play out matches versus me. So it can't just be as simple as, oh, they just don't like your pick. It's just people being crybabies. I also play Knight when he's not disabled. You all have seen me play Knight. I don't get DCs that often as either of these characters that are sitting at a 99% chance of people not, at least one person in the lobby not liking them. But you know who I do get DCs on? I just got the game you're seeing. I'm at the 82% on Zeno. And you'll be like, well, yeah, you're playing somebody amazingly hard. You probably ran 3-gen slowdowns and an ultimate weapon. Nope. You'll see exactly what happened in the match that they decided that they wanted out. And if you look at all of these percentages, truly, the only ones with probably acceptable rates is Billy, Demo, Oni, and I guess Wesker has now become likable, right? That's still over half of the over 50% of a chance that at least one person in the lobby won't like you simply because you selected a character. But come on now. So you take all of this and again, just go look at this video because there's more nuance to just this and just this. It isn't as simple as, oh, I don't like that person, so I don't even try. Into the comments that we're going is, one, what about a concede? This game doesn't have a concede option. Let me tell you something. Concede doesn't even work in the other games because guess what? In other games, you either have a team of people, maybe not even a team, like half of the people that want to go next, and then another half that doesn't want to give up. So then two of them start actively throwing and report you for holding the game hostage because you think that the game is winnable. And then sometimes it is winnable. Or on the other end, where only one person is having a bad game, so they want to go next, and the rest of the team does not. I'm going to use two Riot games for that example. What happens in Val when you lose pistol and one person all of a sudden just wants to go next? Does all of your team go, yeah, we're done? No, that person rages for the next 6-7 rounds, maybe AFKs, whatever. But then when they finally AFK, they get a penalty, and you get to remake without any penalty against you. Whether that be if you were on ranked or you were in pubs. And then you go, well, yeah, that still means that they have some concede option for when one of your teammates doesn't want to go next. Now, that's an example of when it would be helpful that, having concede is still there. And don't get me wrong, I think concede would be great for this game. That is not what I'm arguing against. But on another example where one person, let's say your top laner is losing their matchup, or your mid laner in league is just having a rough one, getting bodied, flaming the jungler. Everybody else is winning their lane, but that person wants out. So, of course, the rest of your team isn't going to concede, especially when it is one of those examples of it being winnable, and your mid laner just AFKs and Fountain. And let's just say that your bot laner and your, let's say, bot and top scale really hard. You have people that actually can 1v9 the game in both lanes. And since they're scaling, you still can have a chance at winning. But your mid laner doesn't want to participate no matter how the game is going because they believe that them losing their 1v1 mid is jungle's fault. So what do? The game goes on, the rest of your team doesn't want to give up. Does that mean that that was everybody's fault? Or was it one person's fault? And then going back to this, just unhooking and not being able to track, it is very easy to track things in this game. Especially if people get reported for it consistently. That was one of the things that led me to actually responding today, in which, I don't know, people seem to forget that there is a report button. Now, I've learned or apparently seen that you don't want to report something. I don't know. I've been told that Dev said that before. I've never heard that before, ever. So, we'll see about that one. But, hey, if the proof is in the pudding, I'll take it. However, if we do change the behavior of just behavior, played games and players, it's just like, hey, just stop if you just play it out. And then I want to talk about the concede option for both sides too. Only one side has a concede. Only one side has a concede. Oh, but the bad guys can open the gate after the gens have been powered. If they're just getting their butt kicked, they just have to AFK or DC, and then the game ends for, everybody, right? So, you're telling me that in a game where only one side has a reasonable concede, where currently it's the trying to unhook themselves, right? Only one side has that option where there's a way to get out without eating a penalty. How is that fair? And like Peanuts was saying here, if somebody doesn't want to play the game, they just won't play the game. So, if they don't want to play the game, don't take away the DC penalty because they're a crybaby on Survivor. If you just DC enough times because you don't want to play the match you are on the bad guy, guess what? You keep DCing, you get penalized. You don't have that unhook situation. So if somebody across several of their matches does the same thing, penalize them. And it's easy to track. I don't know why we're acting like it's not easy to track. Now, I was also given the example while I was talking on Twitter of, so I have this one particular one that isn't too popular that I don't like seeing. I go next on that one. It's not worth tracking then. Okay? Now you add that one that you don't like. Alright? We'll say we'll put even low. You're the one person that doesn't like going against Billy. You're the one person that doesn't like going against Billy. But you're also part of the people that don't like going against Twins, Trickster, Knight, Clown, Hag, Nurse, Spirit, Legion, Plague. You're also a part of all of that too. And Seno, and Artis, and Sadako. Now, is it unlikely that you'll just give up on first hook for all of those? Sure. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that it's unlikely that you do that. But now, let's give the benefit of the doubt on the flip side. At the slightest part of unease, discomfort, you give up on first hook against all of them. Your teammates feel that it's winnable. We've all had that game where we're at 4 gens left, or 4 gens done, 1 gen left. There's 3 hooks on everybody. Well, across the board, there's 3 hooks. And the person finally gets hooked for the first time, and they're just over it. What is everybody doing? I was running for at least 5 gens worth. Why isn't that last gen done? I have adrenaline. Man, they're not going to get me anyway. And you just go next. And you carry that attitude, and now you're already tilted. And then you run into Trickster. I didn't even 99.9%. Then you run into the one skull merchant of the year. Then you give up there. All right. Then you run into the nurse that is more popular. And you're like, well, yeah, I just can't win today. Why let this person re-queue? Why not give them the same timeout that they might not be conscious of having? That's the other thing that I do appreciate about DC penalties. I've been tilted before. Now, mind you, I don't have the FF mentality. I'm usually never tilted to the point that I throw, but I'm sure sometime in my gaming career I have been, and I've eaten the penalty, sat there looking stupid for 5 minutes, and cooled off, re-queued, and then tried my best. And if I'm having a bad experience again, I have the emotional maturity to know that I'm done for the day, without actually making the rest of my team miserable. Why not just make your player base have a little bit more fun by giving them that helping hand? I don't want to summarize Killer Whale's video too tough, because you really should watch it. But quite frankly, maybe some people just don't like the game that they think they do. Maybe more people need maybe a harsher reality check that you should stop playing this game. So, with that, I'm going to go into now a game that I felt perfectly exemplified this entire conversation. See you over there. Disturbed War. Wouldn't be a monster video if we weren't back on Disturbed War. Many seconds since I've been here, though. I could do with it being more seconds, but, you know. Right? Nice. Not gonna lie, I thought I had that. Oh, go. Oh. Oh, we think we're saucy now. No. Oh, buckle up for the people. Hoping you at least give me pallet too. Okay. Oof. Got the timing wrong. Well, Shaq at 5. And down goes the saucer. Thought we were juicy, huh? Oh, and oh my goodness. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't keep you from going on the hook, my friend. And thanks for this other person. Little friends to the end. Going out of the way to injure yourself for me. take that. Yes, we will. Now, furtive chase. Here's your chance. And I truly don't have one around here that'll work for this. You're also telling me that that ran out already? They really need to buff the timer. We're scared now. The saucer is scared. We've reached the pre-dropping pallets from a mile away portion of today's programming. Anata. I was far too late on that one. Unfortunate. Well, that's everybody. Sorry, bud. And there it is. From everybody trying to clown on me to the first clown exiting the circus. There we go. And there goes another one. Really? Power struggle that fast? Alright. Don't you love it? 3 hooks at 3 gens, and we already got 2 people out of here. Because of course. Trying to be the Harlem Globetrotters on little old me didn't go the way they wanted. So now it's time to leave. How could I be so mean? That my alarm almost saved the butt. How could I be so unkind? It's crazy that I've gotten more value out of Spy from the Shadows than furtive chase so far. That's the hit that we were looking for earlier. Alright. Up onto the mountaintop you go. And there's our friend. Till the very end. You know what? Didn't know you could just straight up dodge it down there. Good one. Good one for me too. Also, thank you for proving my point. I love the Steal the crown. There was just like, oh, the tail is uncounterable. I don't know, dude. If you're telling me somebody can Neo Matrix my tail right here, I think they're doing fine. Not the bot trying to flashbang from a mile away. Still too late. Still need to get a feel for this. Come on. Do the bot thing. There we go. That also could have been quicker. I need to get to work on this. Alright. Now, here we go. Alien instinct, no information. How much can we get out of furtive chase? It's really over already. Goodness. Furtive chase, furtive chase. It's still not good enough. I don't even know if 30 seconds will help. Because, man, it's telling me that me crawling at top-notch speed isn't even enough for them. But here we go with the massive value from Spies from the Shadows. Telling you, this is like the Windows for the bad guy side. Don't do it. I knew you would do it. Never let me down, Fung. Never let me down. Alright, a little bit better. Where did you go? And I never broke this door. Good job, me. Hello there. You know, that feels like a distinct lack of crows on this map. Oh, because you thought I was going to use the tail. That's funny. Good one, good distance, good drop, good go. Now I'm stuck. And out the window we go. Or not? Huh. And healed. Must have been in a locker with, what, quick and quiet inner healing? Or what's the name now? It's inner healing, right? Yeah, whatever. But we do find ourselves a wee little Renato. Didn't think I had the distance on it, to be honest. And there's both of them? Or is that one bird, two birds? Two birds were stacked on top of each other. Interesting. Oof. I tried. That was a good vacuum. Because I definitely had the distance to hit. Let's see where our friend went though. Yellow. See where the friend is. And a locker or distortion? Where could my obsession be? Where could they be? I was right. Alright, bud, let's find the last one. Perfect. I will say, in this instance, kinda not good together. Cause, pretty sure Furtive Chase is shorter than the Obliviousness on Friendly. Or is it? Not sure. So let's get this stupid challenge done. Nope. I guess it's got to be one of the ones that scream at you. Oh, there we go. You didn't hear this? No? Unfortunate. Nah. Go on. And the tree trunk we trust. Can't let you get that one for free. Finally. That's stupid. Good try. Not sure what you would accomplish, but good try. Alright. That was a game of DbD. Can confirm, Furtive Chase still not that great. No matter what combination of things we put on it. Merciless, merciless, no less than a merciless. Alright, alright. Yep. That doesn't feel... Furtive Chase doesn't feel good. Wait, so he did have resilience, but he didn't have inner healing or a medkit. How did he heal that fast? What? Alright, editor monster here. Just gonna come back for a second. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes there's games where people just thought they could outsauce you and they still won out too. So it doesn't even have to be that, you know, it was anything worth it, right? They came by, everybody did their uncounterable mess, right? Now, mind you, Ronaldo messed up his timing on his flashbang background player. But you're telling me that the person that is running for the people buckle up, but you just can't really do anything against, is the first person out. So, you know, it's just, this game has a lot of things to it that we can't just be going, oh, just let everybody just do this willy-nilly, then it'll be fine. Because then bad guys would never play against anybody, and same with survivors. It'd just be PvEVP. So yeah. If you like the video, like it. Got a comment for me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.